Hi, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Compton, and we are here today to talk about breaking up some of the factors. Now remember, factors is a math vocab word that we need to know, and those are the two things that you're multiplying together, or the numbers that are being multiplied together. And the answer would be called the product, right? So in today's big question that I have for you is, how would you, not me, but you, break up the factors to make it easier to multiply 13 times 18? All right, because this is kind of a biggie. So I've got 13 going down here and 18 going across. And the answer to 13 times 18 is literally inside this rectangle. If you can look very closely, there are tiny squares on this paper. So if I were to count the squares one by one, I would literally come up with the answer to 13 times 18. But I am not going to spend my time counting the squares one by one because nobody has time for that. So here we go. We are going to try to break apart the factors to make it easier to multiply. Thankfully, we've got numbers that have tens in them, right? So I think I'm actually just going to break up 18 into a 10 and an 8 and 13 into a 10 and a 3. How about you? What are you going to do? It might not be the same strategy for you that it is for me, but this is how I'm thinking about it, okay? And I'm going to guess some of you are doing that too. All right, so I'm going to break the 18 into a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 now, or over here, that's 10, and this is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this side's 8. And now I'm going to break up my 13. So I'm going to break my 13 also into a 10 and then a 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've got 10 up there and then a row of 3 rows, excuse me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this is much easier for my brain to handle because I know right here I have a 10 by 10 array. Do you know what 10 times 10 is? So you probably do. 10 times 10 equals 100. Okay, see how that step was actually fairly easy for me to do. All right, so I'm going to get out my color. This was the 10 times 10. All right, so 10 times 10. All right, now I'm going to move on. It doesn't really matter which piece I do next, but I think I'm going to stick with my 10. So I'm going to do 10 times 3. And you can see I have 3 literally written out 10 times with my squares, if you can see the squares. Okay, so here we go. 10 times 3. 10 times 3 equals what? You probably know that one, right? 30. Okay, so I'm going to color that one in. See how these are different pieces, but all together it's still 18 times 13, so it's actually kind of nice, right? Okay, so next piece, what would you do next? Maybe 8 times 10? Okay, let's do that. 8 times 10 equals 80. I'm just guessing you probably knew that one by heart. If not, you could go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, counted by tens, 8 times. All right, and last up would be, I gotta color first. Last up would be this small section here. So this is an 8 by 3 array right here. You can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3. 1, 2, 3. So 8 times 3. 8 times 3 equals 24. All right, so now get my last color. Get a little purple in our lives. Actually, that looks like pink, doesn't it? All right, so we've got 100, we've got 30, we've got 80, we've got 24. these have a special name. These are our partial products. Okay, so our partial products. So partial has the word part. Okay, so, and products we know is the answer to a multiplication problem. So these are part of the answers. Part of the answer, part of the answer, part of the answer, part of the answer. All right, can you see my 24? I hope you can. Make it a little bigger and darker. Okay, so we need to make sure we add up our partial products. So we're going to be doing 100 plus 80 plus 30 plus 24. Okay, so then you would be adding that up. So I'm going to do 80 plus 24 because I know that's going to be 104. So that's how I'm just kind of doing this in my head right here. And 104 plus 100 would be 204, plus 30 would be 234. All right, kids. So I want you to think about how you would break up factors to make it easier for you to multiply and break out those crayons, colored pencils, whatever. It kind of helps to just look at each of the different sections. All right, see you next time. Bye.